Hey guys, Joe here from XFoxGames. Check it out. We got a cool little product review here. This is the Worker Collapsible L-Stock. Now, I usually don't do kind of smaller reviews like this, but sometimes I get something and I'm like, man, that like blew away my expectations. Because when you look at things online, right, sometimes you're like, that's cool. But when you get it, you're like, oh my gosh, that's completely way cooler than what I thought. And, you know, I understand that there are nerf quote-unquote stocks. But sometimes I break these plastic ones. I need something a little bit more robust than some of these plastic ones that I've broken before. But before we start, you guys know it. Come on, definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Take like 2 seconds. Go click that little subscribe thing down there. And then make sure you guys get in on the giveaways, right? We do a lot of giveaways, and I want you guys to win some of that stuff because some of it's pretty cool. I'd like to win it myself if I could. But this stock here, we picked this stock up I believe on Amazon. I think it was about 17 bucks or so on sale. It looks like right now the price has gone up, and it looks like the shipping lead time is out because of, right, all the stuff that's happening nowadays with the work at home. So hopefully the prices come back down, but I think it does justify the $16 to $17 price tag. And let me kind of go into it and tell you why. If you look at it, I mean, from just an initial standpoint, it is built well. Very durable, hard, like injection molded plastic. You got kind of that receiver there. You got the aluminum inner thing we'll talk about. And overall, it is built very, very durable. I could see this thing taking 4 or 5 falls and being a champ and just keep going. Where, you know, I've fallen on one of these before and it's broke. And so I had to tape it, or I've fallen on one of these and it just bends and it's just not the same. So it's just something to think about. You know, you spend a few extra dollars, get one that's really durable. Now, the weight of it, of course, is probably double this plastic one, but it is just, it makes the blaster just feel so good. Now, here's one thing to note there on this. So if you have kind of a Springer, right, if you have a Springer blaster, which kind of has that spring back here, that locking mechanism in the back, of course, it's not going to fit. It would have been awesome if they would have kind of hollowed that inside out there for it to fit. Now, on the stock that is non-collapsible, I believe it goes in there, right, because you're not going to collapse it, so it'll fit either the standard backs, which we'll talk about here in a second, or kind of these the Springer backs here. So I thought it would have been cool fitting on the back there, but, right, you got to get the non-collapsible one. But if you take a look at something like a Stripe or something like that, where it has kind of that normal back-end block back-end, it actually clips in very well. I think that's awesome. I mean, it just makes this thing feel so just solid. I don't really get the same feel when I put on one of these Nerf ones. I don't get that same solid feel. And look at that. Gosh, that just looks awesome on the Stripe. Now, you can adjust how much length you want to go back and forth by simply just pushing that ball indent kind of on the bottom. You have 4 different positions, right? Or 3 considering the first one. But you have 4 different positions, and that tube in there is a solid aluminum, which again, it just feels really nice. It goes to the whole kind of solid feel of the whole back end here. But look at that. Gosh, it just turns this, it just feels so good, so solid in the arm here. But one of the cool things about this is if you don't like it, you can just kind of bend it down. So you pull down it on a little bit, you flip it over to the side, and boom, look at that. I mean, it's off on the side, and you're up and close. I think that is super cool. Now I don't have to flip-flop, throw it off, throw it back on. I could just collapse it, bring it back if I want to bring it back. It kind of locks back in place, and you're ready to go. Oh, gosh, I can't get enough of this thing. I wish I would have picked up another one before they went on back order for like a month and a half. Now, you know, with these kind of stocks, again, you can kind of pick and choose what stock works best for you. I happen to like the collapsible type, right, and the adjustable. And it's very similar, as you can see here, again, to kind of the N-Strike one here. Kind of it's collapsible and goes. You have the solid base ones. You have the solid ones that hold the clip. It is all personal preference, but I feel like this is a very quality piece, and it's sturdy, and it feels really, really good. For around the $16 mark, you really can't go wrong. And the big thing here, guys, is we actually got this for our XVI 3000. We ended up getting the back plate here for this just so we can have it on here. Because this is one of our, it's a little bit tight of a fit. This is one of our favorite blasters, right? And it's great to kind of hold up, but I really wanted something up here in the stock. Now it just feels great. But of course, you know, if you want to kind of throw it to the side, perfect. I get that it's not the best kind of blaster to kind of push over to the side, but you guys get the idea here is, you know, I can come up and get it real close and fire. I can swap it back, and boom, I got it back up here, which is awesome. Gosh, I cannot stress enough how much I love this stock. Again, if you wanted to go the route to put it on kind of these Springer ones, they do have one that is non-collapsible, which I think is awesome as well. They also have a fixed stock, which I'll throw up right here, which I think is kind of cool. But I like the adjustable one, right? I sometimes don't like the fixed because sometimes it's either too short or just not right for, you know, your arm length, and it kind of just bugs me. But still, again, I think this stock here is awesome. So if you can pick up one of these for, you know, one of your blasters to upgrade, I don't think you're going to complain. The only thing I think you might not like is the weight, because it's much heavier, again, than just the plastic stocks. But overall, for 17 bucks, dude, this thing rocks. Anyways, guys, that's just a quick overview in case some of you guys have been looking at this thing online and are kind of curious on what it's like in just the real deal on a real blaster, or, you know, kind of upgrading your blaster. Anyway, guys, yeah, kind of let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. Come on, subscribe. Get in on those giveaways. Thanks again, Fox fans.